For the city yet to come, we're happy to announce the relaunch of City. Our first double issue of 2020 represents the work of a large number of people that gathered together to begin a new era for a publication that many of us cherished. To some extent, it's business as usual. Research is done, papers are produced, read, reviewed and edited, then published behind the walls of a multinational enterprise, which turns them into a private affair to be sold to libraries worldwide and finally handed over to you, if you are lucky enough to work in a place that can pay for access. We couldn't change that, but we're committed to reworking it from within. To do so will require a new culture in researching, writing and debating cities. Building on City's radical analysis, cutting-edge and engaged scholarship, we believed that the journal can play a role in building a collaborative critical culture and fostering dissonance. We want City to open up a space within urban studies and practice that allows a multitude of voices to be heard.
For these reasons, this new iteration of City is our attempt to compose new variations while staying close to the original tune. Bob Catterall founded City in 1996, and its first editorial began with a series of questions. What is the city in the late 20th century? What could and should it be? When, where, and how? City sought to combine the empirical with the propositional, seeking to understand what urban life is and what it could become. This meant developing a journal that was both of and beyond the academy. The question of standpoint, of speaking from a distinct perspective and staying for something, has always been central to the journal's ethos. City sought to bring a new version of urban studies into existence, to rework it as a critical and radical enterprise that engages theory with practice and analysis with action, understanding the urban in order to change it. This commitment brought the journal into newsstands, radical bookshops, squats, and other corners where the academy generally doesn't go. City refuses a separation of the academic from the political and has always been unapologetically committed to challenging and changing the unjust, unequal urban world.
So the journal now has a new structure and appearance, but we intend it as a reaffirmation of this original City project, maintaining its radical commitments. So the journal is now collectively run to embody its critical and open spirit and to continue to cultivate links with the broader community. At the center of this new organizational structure and appearance, however, is what really matters, what we publish. Whether political economy, radical Black and critical disability scholarship, feminist, queer, decolonial, and post-structuralist thinking, and a variety of combinations thereof, City is a home for radical thinking, but not a stable one. Contested from within, open to without, always seeking to expand its boundaries geographically and intellectually. This means expanding the places and the voices that appear in its pages, and it means returning to the vision of City as a space for not only academics and researchers, but also for activists, artists, practitioners, and concerned city dwellers, all trying to make sense of their built environment and social struggles.
To borrow a phrase from Abdul Malik Simone, we want you to be a part of the city yet to come. We're relaunching the journal so that it can be a home for new urban ideas and arguments. We're planning some exciting projects to shake things up, including cross-pollination across languages, journals, and countries with more open access content, as well as revamping our website and building on its interviews, images, and dialogues to engage a wider audience. We're also working towards the creation of city-run workshops, face-to-face and virtual, to reach beyond the island where many editors live. We want to work with contributors and readers in cities across the world. For that, we need you. We welcome your feedback and want you to become part of the journal and help to make it better, stronger, and braver. The collective is open and invites you in.
This first issue of the relaunched City is therefore a collective statement of intent, partial, unfinished, but an open attempt at crafting a different kind of academic publication. And we're really excited to have scholars and artists, activists and storytellers, young and old, experienced and early career from all over the world. The Commission contributions to this double issue address a range of problematic issues and propose different ways of thinking through the urban. And the 5 sections are suggestions rather than definite delineations. Most papers defy the category boundaries, which we encourage. But it is only the beginning, and we need you to help us reach new cities, new communities, and new movements from new perspectives.
Environmental futures articulates a third, urgent concern, highlighted by authors writing from the Americas, addressing indigenous action against climate change and theoretical insights from a range of different perspectives and geographies. Dwelling and displacements forms a second theme that continues to be of great relevance to city. We have a range of contributions from various disciplinary backgrounds, not just urban studies or geography, but many more, and many places, say Romania, the UK, the US, or Mexico, just to mention a few, from academics and activists that discuss housing and its negations.
We have experimented in this issue with form and with different ways of expressing content. The counter-representation section is specifically concerned with representations of conflict at various scales and geographies, providing nuanced, complex, and plural counter-representations. From analysis of art, responding to the Syrian crisis since 2011, to street art across the globe that challenges people to change the way they look at themselves and the world around them. Similarly, the authors of Thinking Cities Otherwise worked outside traditional urban perspectives, logics, and methodologies to generate alternative landscapes for the cities that exist or may yet unfold. The final section, Decentering Urban Epistemologies, contains collaborative pieces that contest the capitalist city and the representations of the powerful, questioning their grounds for knowledge production and offering radically different ways of writing, of understanding, and of producing the city. To quote from the first 1996 City editorial, "The preparatory stage is over, the party is only just starting. We have an opportunity to make it all come together." So from all of us, solidarity, and thank you for your support.